I mean, like, the conversation the other night about when Lodge was talking about homosexuality, and we was talking about women, not only individual relationships and stuff like that, and how we got to change it. I mean, we just got out of high school. The transition out of high school, if you start out as a leader from high school, you will always be a leader, and it's not up to us to try to save anybody who may not be on that same track. And that's where it is. We came from Clayton County. You know what I mean? 3 years after the fact, you see how many people who came out of Clayton County from Morrow High School who didn't have that same track we did, and how they just descended downward after that. Morrow High School was a clutch for them. We didn't use it as a clutch. You see, and that's the reason why, like, after high school it's been better for me. You know, I've learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about Georgia State. I learned a lot about my potential. And I feel like it can only get better from there. Well, a lot of people where it feels like they're just now starting to understand, and that's where it's like, that's why it was a huge disconnect between us and them when we was in high school. You know what I mean? That's why it was only like a few of us together huddled up talking about what we're gonna do after high school, while a few of them were just saying, oh, let's just turn up at the next party at such and such house or such and such house. It wasn't focused on the big thing next, because once everything hit after we left the Georgia Dome, a lot of people still didn't know what the hell they wanted. You know what I mean? And that's why I was like, I'd be damned if I'd be that person who doesn't have anything set in stone, who doesn't have a set organization about what I want to do. You know, like I got to keep moving forward.
So what do you say to those people who said that, well, college ain't for everybody, and college ain't for everybody. But my thing is this, you have to have some type of after high school, you got to have something after high school to fall back on. Meaning whether it's the military, the workforce, or just simply going to school. People don't go to school. They don't like it.
I mean, a lot of people don't like college, but at the same, some people go to college out of obligation, family obligation.
Do you think it's pressure?
Yeah, family obligation, because 9 times out of 10, you know, coming from where we come from, I mean, our family, whereas our moms, our dads, only have a high school education, so they want to push the initiative. You know, like, go to college, get your bachelor's, be the first to do it, be the first to do it, be the first to do it. But the parents act as models as well. If they don't act as if they're true gentlemen and true women that models a college lifestyle after they graduate college, even if they had just a high school education, what makes you think that their child will ever think outside of high school? You see what I mean? And for those who get into college and don't think it's for them, I say get into a trade. That's why college cosmetology school is still booming. That's the reason why, you know, barbershop cosmetology is still booming. Atlanta Tech is still booming in terms of you learning how to build motorcycles, cars, aviation training, things of that nature. Get into a trade. I mean, nowadays minimum wage is not sufficient enough for you to live. You need to have multiple jobs in order for you to live beyond the margin. You know what I mean?
But that's good that you say that. But even still, what I notice is that people get comfortable with that. People are actually comfortable with making a certain amount of money because they think that, well, they really don't have no responsibilities. A lot of them are living at home, so when they have that, when they get those paychecks, whether it's $500, $600, it's a big thing to them.
It's not really. I mean, once the bills come in, once the responsibilities come in, $500–600 is only going to become a strain.
So do you think that's when they'll really start to take initiative and apply for school or go to the military?
I think they're going to bail out and go to the military more than school.
Why is that?
Because military, you're going to get money out as soon.
But I'm saying, why do people...
After 3 months of basic training, after me talking to Marlo about it, after 3 to 4 months of basic training, and you come out of reserve or active, you're going to get paid monthly for that. I mean, when you're in college, you're still obligated to work, especially coming from where we come from, where it's low middle class households, where our families can't really afford to give us extra bread in our pocket when we go to college. We still have to work when we're in college, minimum wage. So you're working double time for a dream and for hopes that you're going to get paid once you get out of college. A lot of people, when they go into college with their bachelor's, I mean, that's the reason why college is becoming like something that a lot of people frown upon, because it's like, okay, I'm going to college for this, but when I come out, I don't get what I want. You know what I mean? So people are afraid of college in that aspect. Like, how am I gonna know that college is going to guarantee that? And that's why I say, when in doubt, when you're in college, get into something where, you know, like what Keith was talking about, get into something that is stable, something that you know you're going to have, you know what I mean? That is going to be concrete. So once you get out, you know you're going to have more than $45,000 of a salary, which is good when you're a single person in the United States regardless. You know what I mean? Because the poverty line is, they have us at I don't know, 24,000, you know, for a single parent with 4 kids. So imagine you being single, 45,000, no kids. You see what I mean? Single, 45,000, 1 child, maybe 2. You can still balance the household, because my mom did it with a high school education, $42,000 a year with just me and my little brother. So it can be done. You know what I mean? But it takes a certain level of responsibility and maturity for that. And a lot of people when we got out of high school weren't mature enough for that.
Do you think they're mature?
I mean, some are mature now, because life had to hit them. You know what I mean? Life had to hit them in order for them to.
I think life hit us all. Life hit us all in a way, whether it was a good way or a bad way. The reason why I say that because it kind of shifts. It kind of shifts the way we perceive life that, because we thought, well, we get out of school, we're gonna go to college, everything is gonna be good. But even still, now for me, I'm working, I'm in school, and I'm like, what the hell? No, I prayed for it, because that was one of the things that I wanted, to be in school and to work. But I didn't know it was gonna be that damn hard. And it's like, you have nights where you're working and you get off and you come home and you're up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, cut that, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, God damn, why is this so stressful? And I hate it. Like last night when I got off the phone with you, I was doing homework, but it's like, I look at a lot of older women and men who are in school at Georgia Perimeter, and they have to stop working in order to go to school, because they tell you their minds don't go. Well, I wouldn't say go, but I would say their minds are not as fast as the young mind, the average young mind. So it's like, I commend us for doing it. I think everybody, we all have that shift, whether it's good or bad, once we make that transition from high school. But it's stressful at times. And I'm looking at you, who model, you work, you recently was in a relationship, and then you got all this stuff, and then you paying bills. How the hell you do it?
I mean, it's a lot, you know what I mean? But to me working multiple jobs, going to school, all that's motivated. That's motivated, because I know there's gonna be a time I'm only gonna have one career. It's not gonna be called the job. It's gonna be one career.
One career, I love it.
You know what I mean? Like one, yeah. I'm gonna be at one spot handling multiple responsibilities, and I'm gonna have so much control over it. Now at this point, like I know at this point in my life, I don't have much control. It feels as if I don't, but I really do, because I decide how many jobs I want to work. I decide if I want to pay bills. I decide if I want to live in an apartment. I decide where I want to go to school. But at the end of the day, it feels as if I don't have any control, because for some reason, the money we earn doesn't match our ambition. And
the money we earn
doesn't match our ambition.
Match our ambition.
And because we're in college right now, we always wanted to have a career or a job where it matches our ambition.
How do you see yourself being used in your career?
I see myself being used in my career as more of like an ambassador for positive well-being. I've always said that. I mean, being a teacher, you always learn. You never stop learning. And I feel like when you're an adult and you reach a certain point in your life, you feel as if you've learned a lot about the world, because you went through certain pitfalls and things of that nature. But when you're a teacher, you have no choice but to keep learning, because things keep changing. News happens every second, every minute in your area, and let alone the world. So you have no choice but to continue to be informed. And when you are put in a position where you have to inform over 500 students weekly of the new things you learn, new topics you learn, and understand how important that is for them to understand it, and for them to interpret it, and for them to apply it into the real world, I feel like that's a great channel I want to be a part of.